It's almost a year since the tragic events of September 11. 3 people brought together by chance on that day in New York were reunited this morning in Wellington. One a volunteer fireman, the other 2 Kiwi tourists. Political editor Mark Sainsbury with their story.
Mike Weinstock from New York was a volunteer fireman caught up in the events of September 11. The memories still fresh.
Yeah, I knew a lot of guys. I lost one of my best friends, kid I grew up with. We were firemen together for about 12 years. And, as a matter of fact, I called his family this morning, just touch base. I miss him a lot.
Today, Mike, along with Kiwi and Rupert Rogers from Hamilton, visiting the Prime Minister's office. The Rogers helped Mike evacuate an injured woman to safety after watching events unfold from a New York park.
We'd just gone down to see New York, see the sights, and got down to the bottom, saw the first tower on fire. Didn't know what it was, we just thought it was a fire and thought, wow, how do you put out a fire that high up on a skyscraper? And as we were watching, the plane came in over our shoulder and hit the second building, and then, as you know, everything disintegrated from there.
The 3 were given a prime ministerial tour, including the New Zealand flag retrieved from the rubble by 2 New York policemen. All 3 are involved in ceremonies organised by the American Embassy. Mark Sainsbury, One News.
And there's been an emotional reunion for 2 New Zealanders caught up in September 11. Kiwi and Rupert Rogers from Hamilton were in New York at the time. And just after the World Trade Center collapsed, they helped a volunteer firefighter rescue a badly hurt woman from the rubble. And today they got together again in Wellington. This report from Pippa Wetzel.
It was a beautiful day. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, and it was just a perfect autumn day.
I heard it before I saw it, and even though I never would have imagined that one of those towers would come down.
The crack of that plane going in that building, and it just disappeared like water.
Kiwi and Rupert Rogers were meant to be on holiday in New York.
I said to you, I said, are we at a war? Is this a war? Because that's what my first impression was.
It should have been a normal workday for Mike Weinstock. Instead, shocked and covered in ash, the trio met just blocks away from Ground Zero and joined in the rescue operation.
We encountered a woman who was having difficulty breathing, and they helped me actually pick her up and bring her back to the other side.
A friendship was forged, and the Rogers invited Mike to New Zealand for the first anniversary.
It's actually been really good speaking to Mike and having Mike here, and just because he was someone that was there.
But there were echoes of the tensions that have gripped the world since September 11. A visit to the US Embassy was delayed after a security alert. It proved to be nothing, but highlighted how the world has changed this past year. Changes this volunteer firefighter is still coming to terms with.
It's a year now that I have not had friends I've been very close with. It's a realization that people who were very important in my life aren't going to be there in my life. I have memories of them, but that's as far as it's going to go.
Pippa Wetzel, One News.